Match reaction, Palace vs Bournemouth. Palace pick up another 2-2 draw at home and against a team that were hoping to win and climb up the table, but unfortunately wasn't to be today. Bournemouth went ahead through a well-worked corner routine. Jermaine Defoe aided by his offensive line, other footballers that were blocking off Palace players, that was obviously a foul, to score and make it 1-0 as he always does at Selhurst Park. But Palace hit back a well-dispatched Luca penalty and Scott Dann scoring his 4th goal against Bournemouth in 4 appearances to give Palace a 2-1 lead before a worldie from Jermaine Defoe lobbing Julian Speroni to make it 2-2 at the break. Palace came out second half with attacking intent, but unfortunately the game was refereed by a man who you'd assume had the integrity to be a presidential candidate in the Zimbabwean election, Kevin Friend, and his ever-trusting assistants, especially the linesman that was running the line for the left-back attacking Bournemouth in the second half. The inability of him to kind of keep up with play and his insistence on waving the flag like a child that had just received one from McDonald's after being given a Happy Meal hampered Palace throughout the second half. But they can't really blame the officials. They had plenty of gilt-edged chances to make it 3-2. Scott Dann missing from 2 yards out, and then moments later Luca working hard in the box and could have dispatched. But Wilfred Zaha throughout the game was a nuisance on both flanks and both centre-backs. None of the Bournemouth back four could really cope with his trickery and skill. And despite Bournemouth fans insisting he was diving at every opportunity, as they often do, probably out of jealousy, earned a penalty in stoppage time. Most Palace fans were hoping that Luca would step up, dispatch and give Palace a 3 points in the 90th minute, as we have done, claiming points against Stoke and West Ham in similar fashion. But Christian Benteke, a man that grafted, a man that worked really hard actually for 90 minutes and was probably a man of the match contender. It's probably an unpopular decision, but that bloke put his body on the line. He took every elbow, every kick to the shin, every kind of niggly foul that Bournemouth got away with that match, and was probably looking to contribute more than he had done. The fact that he was unable to dispatch a couple of chances, so he stepped up. And I haven't got an issue with him really taking the penalty in hindsight, as a man that had worked hard and probably wanted recognition for that. But the way that he strolled up so casually, nonchalantly, like it was, a match in the playground where the result really didn't matter, and just side-footed it with, no power, no instinct, really upset a lot of fans. It was saved quite comfortably by Asmir Begovic. I'm pretty sure any man or woman in the stand could probably save that penalty. It was hit with no power, no instinct, no venom. It ultimately cost Palace 2 points. And that's the most disappointing thing. And the fallout of that is obviously there are rumours that he stormed off and Hodgson wasn't happy, etc. But for a £30 million striker, I would rather him miss by taking a massive run up and dispatching the ball into Rosed with some intent. You look at Connor Wickham a few years ago against Stoke, had yet to score to Palace, had gone through a run of injuries like Benteke has recently, and was given the opportunity to get off the mark for that season, and he ran up and he hit the ball and it stayed hit, and if the net wasn't there it probably would end up in Rosed in the home end at Stoke. And that's what you want from a striker. You pay a lot of money, you expect him to dispatch it. So I don't necessarily have an issue with him taking it. Obviously I'd prefer Luca to take it, given his track record with taking penalties, but the manner and the casual attitude has really grated, and he's turned into gone from hero to zero in a matter of seconds, despite actually a rather impressive performance throughout that 90 minutes, grafting and working that back line. So Palace could play Watford next, home on Tuesday. Time for instant redemption from Benteke. We hope, and hopefully it'll be all water under the bridge, because that's what he's going to need. But it's a game where we're going to need 3 points, with Swansea and West Ham winning as we look to go forward before a busy Christmas period, especially with Arsenal and Man City at home. I've been Skippy. Make sure you follow FYP throughout the season on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram and Twitter, and I hope you enjoy the fanzine if you bought it. Up the Palace.